Hello and welcome to my restoration project of K9. Now, I purchased this K9 in 1999, so I was very young, and I think K9 is quite old now. Considering I bought him second hand, he must be at least 30 years old, I would say. I want to recreate his image to how he originally was, or should have been. There's something wrong with his head is drooping, looking to the floor, where he should be kind of looking slightly upward. So we're going to have to adjust the neck position and adjust the head on that. On his left hand side, it says K9, where he never has it on his left, should be on his right. So we'll have to remove all of that and give it a revamp and put it on the other side. On the other side, it's completely blank. K9 symbols will be there, but where the K9 symbols are on his left, there should be a square out box, which isn't there, so we will look into that and make a square hole and make a box frame for it to fit inside with hopefully some lights. His lights on the top of his back, will completely revamp that, maybe even make a brand new box for it to sit on with proper lighting and the buttons of what should have been there. The ears, I'm going to be remaking them as well out of dowel. His mouthpiece, where the gun should come out, that also looks terrible. It looks like he's got a tongue instead of a gun. It's like a clear red tube with an LED light in it. That's definitely coming out, and we're going to make a brand new gun which slides in and out for that. That'd be really nice. He doesn't have one of those radio antennas which go from in between his eyes with a suction cup. So let's dig out K9 from my cluttered shed and give him a revamp on what he truly deserves. We will first of all start off removing his neck and readjusting and fixing it into the right position so he's not constantly looking down on the floor. Now that we have adjusted his neck, his head is now looking up in the appropriate way. His dashboard at the top, the lights, we've removed everything from it. Now that all the LEDs and all the bits and pieces are all broken out of it, we will look into hopefully putting new lights into it. Now just removed his ears, well they basically fell off, crumbled off even. Removed the K9 symbol which was on the left hand side, which is going to get all nicely redone and sprayed up for the left hand side to make a box frame, a clear perspex sheet inside, which is a bit muffled up so you can't see which is inside either. It will also be able to attract light from coming out of it. Now all we need to do is make the hole in the left hand side for the frame to fit in. As you can see on the left hand side, he finally now has the square hole for the box frame we've just made to snugly fit inside it. I made 4 brand new foam tubes, 2 small ones for the front and back and 2 long ones for the sides, and paint them black. And here we have the K and the 9 with the little dots in the middle, which have been sanded down and repainted. I then got a perspex sheet and cut 2 squares for his control piece on the back of him. I found some parts for a gun, made base plate for it to be supported on, and locking nut and bolt will come in and out. We removed his handle on the front and at the top so they can have a nice good clean and scrub down and to be replaced back on when it is complete on the top coat. Control panel, he's all primed up and ready for his top coat. Control panel with his top coats on. You'll see on the top of K9 where his control box was, I've cut a hole so it's big enough to take all the wires from underneath the control box for all the LED buttons to light up, so that will go to the 12-volt battery will be held within him. I used masking tape for his eye section, but there was nothing actually wrong with his eye section. Red lights behind which are connected up to the 12-volt battery with the other lights, and that section should be near enough complete until we get the telescope in with the suction cup. There are 3 suction cups which were clear originally, and I used the same glass red paint to paint them up. Now why do 3? I'll tell you why, and everyone should really do this. You only need the one which will go in the centre of the eye section on the telescope, but All the time these things kind of go missing once in a while. Sometimes you get kids around, they give it a yank, don't find it again. If you have a secondary and a third, you're always going to make sure that canine's going to be okay, and that's exactly what I've done. A new tail for canine, make a circular bit on the end of his antenna, fix that in place, then also have a big grommet thing which goes on his bottom for the antenna to come out of. New ears, I got 6mm dowels and cut 2 of them 100mm long and glued them onto the back of his ears. Now the ears are made out of mesh, overall shape, and get a bit of wire for the outer bit, just a little bit more thicker, so it gives you, and the same thing with the 3 rings which are sitting on the front. I then made some special little washers. When it sits into its position, it doesn't look like just a dowel stick. So as soon as I got that into position, I glued them into the right height of where each ear should be of canine's head. I then primered them all and then sprayed them silver. I then downed tools for that day, but suddenly Canine fell off of the workbench head first, and his face and his chest were all smashed in. My heart was literally on the floor with Canine. It was just a horrific sight. It was so upsetting. I didn't actually record any of the bits where it was all smashed up because it was heartbreaking to see. Reconstruction of Canine's face and his chest bit with body filler. This has luckily enough been a success on recreating him back again to put all those bits back together again and make it all nice and smooth so you can't see that he actually had a fall. And as you can see, the primer coat is on, light grey. His frame box has been painted black and it's been fixed into position. And I also put some blue LED lights on in the back top coat. Metallic coat, which is a Halford's graphite metallic grey, and that I think gives it a nice mechanical vision look for Canine. I think that looks pretty good, so I stuck with that. All the painting has been done. Removed the masking tape so you can see his eye section more clearer and better. His silver gun, which is inside his face, so that can come in and out. With his collar, gave that a nice good clean, and now it looks good as new again. I also realised that he didn't have a little dog tag which he had on the show, so I got one made up on eBay saying K9 engraved onto it on both sides with a chain. So that looks really nice. It also gives it a nice finish as well for K9. Now place the K with the dot and the 9 in its rightful place on the right panel of K9. And on the right hand side panel where the K9 symbol is, I also have scribed out the outer line. It just shows where the panel would have originally came off on set, so it looks like it comes off. I put that on this panel because it was completely plain and it looks actually rather good. And in between the eyes I've drilled out a hole with a brand new telescopic aerial. Attached with it is the red suction cup I made, and it comes out fully extended and pushes straight back in again. And now that the ears are complete, we can now fix them on. They can still move. That's one good reason why you should use dowel sticks instead of golf ball tees, where they're fixed in position all the time. And there you have it. You can see all the photos now of K9 in his former glory, with all of his lights lit up. He looks extremely happy. I'm very pleased with him. We've also fitted K9 with a motorised system, so it can now be radio controlled. And now that K9 is complete, let's see some before and now photo footage. So K9, what do you think? Do you think this video will help other people? Good boy K9. My K9 now fully restored with the Doctor and his companion in the TARDIS.
Checkmate, goodbye blue mistress.
Doctor, K9's cheating at chess again.
Learn from your moves and when you went wrong and try again.
Another game, mistress.
Thanks K9, but maybe later.
I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please share, like, subscribe and view my other videos. Thank you very much for watching.